Can we all agree that the internet can turn literally anything into a debate? Because somehow a 5-year-old's birthday became a discussion about curtsying. Seriously, most kids her age are thinking about cake, presents, and cartoons. Meanwhile, grown adults are acting like they're preparing for a royal protocol exam. It's honestly hilarious. Teaching children manners isn't breaking news. Every family does it. But the moment the word royal enters the conversation, everything becomes dramatic. A child waves at a grandparent, normal. A royal child waves at a grandparent, cue the headlines, expert panels, and endless debates. At the end of the day, Lilibet is just a little girl celebrating her birthday. She deserves what every child deserves: time to laugh, play, eat cake, and enjoy being 5 years old. The curtsy debate can wait. Childhood can't. You ever notice how the royal conversation can take the most ordinary thing on Earth and treat it like a NASA moon landing? Because that's exactly what's happening here. We're talking about a 5-year-old child. 5, the age where most kids are focused on birthday cake, cartoons, and asking why every 17 seconds. But somehow, the internet has managed to turn basic childhood manners into a major international discussion. It's honestly impressive. And by impressive, I mean slightly ridiculous. Let's be real. Children all over the world are taught respect. That's not royal, that's parenting. Kids learn to greet people, they learn to be polite, they learn not to kick their little brother because he stole the TV remote. Well, hopefully. This is normal family stuff. It happens every day in homes from Nairobi to New York. Nobody calls a press conference when a child learns to say thank you. Nobody publishes a special report because little Timmy remembered to greet his grandmother. Imagine that headline. Breaking. Local child displays excellent manners. The internet would scroll right past it. But the second the word princess enters the chat, game over. Suddenly, we're acting like a small child saying hello is a matter of national importance. Experts appear, articles appear, debates appear. Somewhere there's probably a panel discussion happening right now, and poor Lilibet is probably just trying to enjoy being 5 years old. That's the part that gets me. Kids don't think about any of this stuff. Adults do. A child sees family, adults see headlines. A child sees a birthday, adults see a royal storyline. A child sees cake, adults see content. Those are very different worlds. You know what this whole situation reminds me of? That one neighbor who says, "I don't like gossip," and then somehow knows everybody's business before breakfast. That's the vibe. For years, Harry and Meghan have been saying something pretty simple. We want our kids to have some privacy. Not world peace, not a miracle, not the secret formula for unlimited Wi-Fi, just privacy. A pretty normal request when you think about it. Most parents would probably want the same thing. But somehow, every time they say it, the media reacts like they've just launched a new season of a reality show. It's honestly incredible. Harry and Meghan say, "Please respect our children's privacy," and somewhere a headline writer says, "Interesting, but first let's spend 3 days discussing a 5-year-old. Make it sense. Because from the outside looking in, it feels like a never-ending loop. They step back, the cameras follow. They draw a boundary, the conversation jumps over it. They stay quiet, people analyze the silence. They share one family photo, people analyze the photo. At this point, if Harry posted a picture of a sandwich, there would be 15 articles explaining what the sandwich means for the future of the monarchy. Enough. The funniest part is watching people say they respect privacy while proving they absolutely cannot leave the subject alone. It's like somebody saying they're on a diet while standing inside a bakery eating 6 donuts. The words and the actions are having two completely different conversations. And let's talk about the children for a second, because somehow little Lilibet keeps getting pulled into these discussions. A little girl, 5 years old, 5. At that age, most kids are deciding whether crayons taste better than vegetables. They're not thinking about headlines. They're not thinking about royal traditions. They're not thinking about internet debates. They're busy being kids, as they should be. That's why I always find these conversations a bit strange. Regular people understand this instinctively. If you saw your friend's daughter having a birthday party, would your first thought be, "Let's turn this into a national debate"? Of course not. You'd say, "Happy birthday, eat some cake, take a photo, go home. Normal human behavior. Yet somehow, when it's Harry and Meghan's family, ordinary moments get treated like breaking news alerts. And honestly, I think that's what many people find exhausting. Not Harry, not Meghan, the endless obsession, the inability to let simple family moments remain simple. The truth is, Harry and Meghan seem to be trying to give Archie and Lilibet something many parents want for their children, a chance to grow up without the whole world sitting on the sidelines with a microscope. A chance to make mistakes, a chance to be goofy, a chance to have birthdays that are remembered for cake instead of controversy. That's not a radical idea, that's parenting. Good parenting, actually. And when I look at the photos they've shared recently, I don't see a grand strategy. I see a family. A father laughing with his kids, a mother creating memories, children enjoying childhood. That's it. No mystery, no conspiracy, no secret code hidden in the birthday decorations. Just family life. The real irony is that the harder Harry and Meghan try to protect those moments, the more some people seem determined to turn them into content. And that's the contradiction nobody can explain. Everybody says children deserve privacy. Everybody agrees kids should be left alone. Then somehow we end up with endless discussions about those same children. It's bizarre. So maybe the answer is simpler than people think. Let Archie be Archie. Let Lilibet be Lilibet. Let birthdays be birthdays. And maybe, just maybe, let children enjoy childhood without the entire internet acting like it's covering the Super Bowl. Now that's a revolutionary idea. You know what really cracks me up about this whole story? Not the idea of a child learning manners. Kids learn manners everywhere. That's called parenting. That's called being raised by adults who don't want you turning into a tiny menace at family gatherings. What's funny is watching grown adults turn a hypothetical greeting from a 5-year-old into a national emergency. Seriously, somewhere out there, people are worrying about inflation, rent, grocery prices, and whether their paycheck can survive until the end of the month. Meanwhile, parts of the media are acting like the biggest question facing humanity is whether a little girl might eventually do a curtsy. A curtsy. Not world peace, not healthcare, not the economy. A curtsy. The way this gets covered, you'd think somebody found an ancient scroll predicting the future of civilization. Headlines start flying, experts appear, comment sections explode. Suddenly, we're all supposed to sit through a 3-hour debate about a child who probably has more important things on her mind, like cartoons, birthday cake, and figuring out where she left her favorite toy. That's the part that feels completely disconnected from real life. Most people don't spend their mornings wondering about royal protocol. Most people are trying to get kids dressed for school without losing their minds. They're stepping on Lego bricks, they're searching for missing shoes, they're negotiating with tiny humans who have decided they hate vegetables today. That's real life. The media, though, they see the word royal and suddenly basic human behavior gets treated like a classified government document. A kid says hello, breaking news. A kid waves, special report. A kid blinks in the general direction of a palace, call in 6 commentators immediately. What is strange is watching adults build an entire news cycle around something that hasn't even happened. It's like writing restaurant reviews for meals nobody has cooked yet. At some point, you've got to laugh, because underneath all the dramatic headlines is a little kid who is just a little kid. Not a constitutional crisis, not a diplomatic summit, not the keeper of centuries-old secrets. Just a child. And maybe that's what gets lost whenever these stories take off. Adults become so obsessed with the symbolism that they forget there's an actual human being at the center of it all. The funniest part is the people talking the most about royal protocol are usually spending way more time thinking about it than the children ever will. Imagine being 5 years old and discovering an entire industry has been debating your future greeting technique. I'd ask for royalties. And that's where we're going to leave it today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm your host, Miles, and if you've made it this far, congratulations, you officially survived another internet debate that somehow turned a 5-year-old's birthday into front-page news. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the conversation below. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and remember, if the internet starts holding emergency meetings over birthday cake and curtsies, it might be time for everyone to go outside and touch some grass. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.